hearing on child support. Both parties are at the phone.
Afternoon, this is cause number 2018-56962. In the interest of Peyton Womack, all parties in this matter, please raise your right hand and be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
I do. Yes.
All right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Zana Dixon, Peyton Womack is my daughter.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Bernard Womack, and I may be Peyton's father.
And for the state,
Marcella Turner.
we have a suit for modification of child support order. What are we doing today?
Your Honor, the parties have requested, or one party has requested a hearing in regards to the child support issue. To my understanding, the medical support amount has been agreed to by both parties, so we would like to read that stipulation into the record.
All right, we're having a hearing, so we're going to have a stipulation. Let's read that into the record.
The parties have agreed that the child is currently covered for government insurance and that the medical support amount should be $80 beginning May 1st of 2020.
All right. And the issue is whether it's going to be modified, the child support.
Correct, Your Honor.
Is that a mod up or down?
A mod up. There was not child support previously ordered in the prior order.
All right, let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, the state would ask that the court take judicial notice of the prior court order signed by this court on August 28th of 2018, where the state abandoned its request to pursue child support at that time against Mr. Womack and set cash medical support in the, in that previous order. Mr. Womack was also ordered to cover the insurance through his employer.
I was under an agreed child support review order.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me look at it.
And this was not a deviation in the prior order either.
All right, let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, the state would like to call Mr. Womack. Mr. Womack, are you currently employed at this time?
Yes.
And where do you work? And are you hourly or salaried?
I'm hourly, and I work for the city of Arcola.
And how many hours a week do you typically work? And what is your hourly rate?
My hourly rate is 20, and I work 40 hours.
Okay, and when you say 20, just to be sure, just to clarify, you mean $20 an hour?
That's correct.
Okay. And do you currently have any other children other than this child, Peyton, biological children? Do you have any other biological children? And how many of those children? How many other children?
3.
3. And are you under a child support order for those children, those 3 children?
That's correct.
Okay, and we had an opportunity to discuss the guideline calculated child support amount based off of your wage information. Is that correct?
When, as far the first time?
Today, when you spoke with, did we talk about that?
Yes, we talked about it, but it
the proposed amount. Clear. Okay. And so the proposed amount, the guideline amount was $420, correct?
Yes.
And are you in agreement with this court modifying this order, the prior order to set child support at $420?
No.
And why is that? Could you explain to the court?
Yes. I can't explain to the court. So
Okay,
from
go ahead.
So from the beginning, when the first time we went to come to the court hearing with a child support officer, the agreement was not for me to do a DNA test, and she wouldn't put me on child support. However, I offered to put to pay for the insurance at least. I offered to pay for the insurance. So that was in the court order. That was in the court order. However, when I started getting checks, the insurance for my job was so overbearing for family insurance, and it was leaving me with nothing. Like, I mean, I had something, but I could barely pay my bills. And the reason being, you know, if I may go back a little bit, I was in arrears with my first 3 kids' mother. I was in arrears, so they was taking almost $700 out, and then they would take like $500 for the insurance. So that I wouldn't even make $1,000. I wouldn't even make $900. So anytime under that, you know, if I don't work any overtime. So I asked Ms. Dixon, I say, we both agree that the insurance is way too high. I'd rather let's get this modified to something lower, or actually paying the Medicaid, and then we both agreed to $200 a month. That was our agreement. I couldn't pay $200 a month, and then they taking out $500 a month for Peyton for the insurance. So I might as well pay the Medicaid and then pay $200 a month. That way I can have some money left on my check, enough money to pay my car note, insurance, rent, things like that. Because they was taking arrears from my previous situation, you know, and that's the reason why I requested for a modification for the insurance. So that way I could just pay the Medicaid, and they don't have to take out the insurance from my job because it's too much. And then alongside from that, I was going to give her $200 cash a month, because that's the same thing my other kids is getting, maybe even less than that. The same thing, but it's enough money to where they taken care of, plus, you know, everybody's taken care of, plus I can still live off the money I make.
Okay, and so are you asking this court to not set the child support at $420 and instead set it at $200 plus the cash medical? Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking. $200 a month and $80 for the medical.
Okay. No further questions for this witness. I'll pass the witness.
Have any questions for him, Miss Dixon?
No, not really, but whatever. I don't have any questions for him.
All right.
At the time, thank you. At this time, the state would like to call Ms. Dixon. Ms. Dixon, so we had an opportunity to discuss the guideline calculated child support amount. Is that correct?
Yes, we did.
And it was based off of the income. That amount was $420 a month. Is that correct?
Correct.
And are you asking this court to order the guideline amount, the child support, to be set at the guideline amount of $420?
Yes.
And you are not seeking to deviate downwards to that $200 today. Is that
No.
also correct?
No,
Right.
ma'am.
No further questions for this witness. I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Dixon, do you have any, I'm sorry, Mr. Womack, do you have any questions for Ms. Dixon?
No questions.
All right. Anything further, Ms. Turner?
No, Your Honor. The state only asks that the court make a decision regarding the child support amount based off of the evidence and testimony that was presented here today in this hearing.
Anything further, Ms. Dixon?
What was that?
Do you have anything further that you want to say?
like he was saying, from the original date when we went to file child support, it wasn't that, oh, don't do a DNA test and then I'll put out and you won't pay anything. We can do a DNA test, no problem. But my child's been here almost 3 years on this earth, and you don't come around to even acknowledge that you're her father, or you don't even pay.
Well, ma'am, this doesn't, I can't
I
make him a good
understand.
father, ma'am. All I
Okay,
can do is
I
make
know
him
you
pay child
can't.
support.
I'm just saying, speaking that, and you don't pay monthly, and then I come to you. I feel for you about your current situation with your other kids, so I don't put child support on you, but if I intend for you to pay monthly support, take care of your child, but you don't do that. You do what you want. So as far as that 420, if that's what they're gonna calculate, the 420, and then that's what it's gonna be. Because I'm not gonna keep going back and forth saying, okay, let's agree to this amount, and have to come back again because something goes wrong and you don't do what you're supposed to do. So we're gonna keep it as is.
All right, Mr. Womack, you have anything further you want to say?
Yeah, I just disagree that she's saying I don't take care of the child, but it's been multiple times, multiple cash apps, multiple Zelles that I have sent her money for my child. And I have came over there to spend time with the child. So I definitely disagree with that. I feel with it. Stop! Don't interrupt me.
Miss
I feel
Dixon,
that
nobody's talking to you right now. Go ahead,
I
sir.
feel that I feel that the 280 would be fair because, like I said, my 3 other children, you know, they getting that. That's what they're getting, maybe even a little less. And I feel like I may have just probably even with the 280, probably 100 and some change left over to, you know, that can be added to my check. They're not giving us no raises, things of that nature, you know. So I think it'll be fair. And then plus, even with the 280, I'm still gonna do a little extra. If she needs it, she know I got her. But I don't. But this wasn't the agreement, Judge, Your Honor. It wasn't the agreement that we had. Like I said, I'm the one that reached out to do the modification because it helps all of us around. How can I pay monthly cash child support, giving it to you, plus an extra $500, you know, that's coming out of my check for the insurance? That's hurting us both, you know. So I feel like it'll be fair for $280. I'm not saying that I don't want to help because I do, you know. But at the end of the day, I feel like it needs to be fair. I have bills as well.
All right, modification of child support is granted. Father's ordered to pay child support in the amount of $420 beginning May 1st, 2021. Stipulations are approved. Give me an order,
Thank you,
please.
Your Honor.